Will Dimitri take his game to the next level? He seems to have stalled, doesn't he? Not quite made the strides that we know his talent really deserves. Of course, Dimitri, the last man to hit a 9-darter in a televised tournament at the Grand Slam a little over 12 months ago. I wonder whether we're going to see a magical 9-darter over the next 3 days at the Players' Championship weekend here in Minehead. But yeah, just hasn't been able to take it to the next level, and you know that must be a concern for him.
Yeah, certainly his young age as well, because he was rising up the rankings. I think he's still in the top 32, somewhere around 28, 29. But with so many big events towards the end of the season, he hasn't really made his mark. Just needs to have 1 or 2 good runs in some of these TV events to get that confidence back. And we mention that so often, but it really does help you for the next few events if you have a running one.
Van den Bergh's a top 16 player. Bunting's a top 16 player. Bunting is knocking on the door of getting in that
when
top
they're playing
16.
well, though.
Yeah, absolutely. But they are top 16 players, and you just feel that Van den Bergh, certainly over the next 12 months, has to make big strides. Bunting has been, you know, back in business in 2019, well documented, had a rough old year or two, but certainly enjoying his darts again and playing some good stuff. So we expect big things from these two over the next 20 minutes or so. The winner to play the Portuguese Jose de Souza or James Richardson 90 in the last 32. That's a good dart, double 15. That's a good leg, 14 dart, hold a throw, thank you.
Well, great start from Dimitri. Not just a good scoring leg, but it certainly fills you full of confidence when you hit that double with the first dart.
I guess in a way as well, added pressure for the players, not just here, over on board 2. Harry Ward and Darius Slavanauskis will keep you up to date on that one. That's just about to get underway, but knowing you're the first man on, the pressure to perform, to win, then you can relax for 24 hours, or knowing that you're the first man on and you could well be the first man going home.
Yeah, that's some pressure, Stuart. I mean, as a player, you used to always just want to get through that first round, because then you feel like you're really into the tournament. You're obviously in the next round, you can relax a bit more, get some much needed practice and just getting yourself ready, not just on the board but psychologically ready for the next game.
Well, you know as well, don't you, that with it being the first to 6, anything can happen in these situations. Of course, Ross Smith with the performance of his life to beat Michael van Gerwen at the European Championship. Bunting with the first of the tournament.
Puts him on a finish as well. Dimitri needed the same visit to leave 170, but not to be.
94. Stephen, you require 164.
Yes, I like the diversity of some of these events, Stuart, particularly this one. It just gives 32 other tour card holders their chance. They've had to earn the right through the season. 30 Players' Championship, the prize money gained on those events alone.
The old adage, isn't it? You've got to be in it to win it. I mean, the difference in this tournament is that Michael van Gerwen, world number 1 world champion, will come here seeded 18. He will be the 18th seed. That's because he hasn't played all the tournaments throughout the year. Just setting it up nicely to leave tops. But yeah, Van Gerwen's 18th seed, so it's danger as well for him. And the way the draws worked out, Van Gerwen could end up playing Adrian Lewis in the second round. It throws up some intriguing battles. Tops for Bunting to level.
And on the second leg, Stephen Bunting.
First start there.
Leg Dimitri to throw first.
A good start on the double from both players. Yes, I mean, Players' Championship throughout the season, if you look at the history of the Players' Championship this year, so many of the seeds go out early in the first or second round
40.
Because all these players are used to playing this format against the same players. They're just maybe not getting to that level where they're getting to the TV stage as often as they would like.
100.
Been to 2 finals, Dimitri, this year. Lost to 2 quality players in Durant and Ratajski.
Yeah, just to let you know, Van den Bergh 4-6-1 and throwing.
140.
Good darts. Stephen Bunting on 4-0-1. Dimitri 3-2-1 after 6. Get the graphics back as soon as we can. Darius Labanowskis, by the way, has taken the first leg over on board 2 against young Harry Ward. But 20 points ahead, Dimitri, plus these.
97.
Yeah, it's looking good in this leg.
Well, over this distance as well, it's where winning the throw in the practice room could be so important. Coming into any last leg decider,
95.
you would have the darts.
Stephen was looking for the full house there. 171 would have left him a finish. Still a good visit, but still chasing Dimitri at this moment.
100.
Yeah, at least he's left a finish. What can Bunting do from here? First to 6 to be through to round 2.
100.
One good thing about the Pro Tour, the Players' Championship event, Stuart, it shows you what level you are at that time as well, because if you're not playing well, you need to put a bit more practice in, maybe look at the whole regime.
74.
The Players' Championship circuit takes no prisoners, basically. If you're not on it, you're out.
Yep.
You're gone. You're on the way home. It's a real tough old tour. So you certainly get here on merit. Gerwyn Price is the top seed, just ahead of James Wade and
89.
Krzysztof Ratajski, the Pole, who's been outstanding in the Pro Tours this year. Van den Bergh seeded 25, Bunting seeded 40. Van den Bergh looking to go ahead once more.
Dart left, 88. Opens the door for Bunting.
Stephen, you require 57.
For a break. Tops.
Game shot the
Tops
third
it is.
leg, Stephen Bunting.
One little mistake could cost you over this distance. I
Stephen
wonder if those 2 little mistakes from
Game on.
Dimitri van den Bergh may end up costing the Belgian. Of course, reached a big TV final a couple of years ago at the World Series, as you mentioned, lost to Metziel Sulovic in Germany. But yeah, it's frustrating for him. It just hasn't kicked on, and of course, back-to-back World Youth Champion. His reign will end on Sunday.
On this stage.
Yeah. Live on ITV4, we will have the 2019 World Youth Championship final.
140.
Yeah, Luke Humphries and Adam Gaulas from the Czech Republic, young 17-year-old.
Come from nowhere, hasn't
Absolutely. He's won a few qualifiers to get through to the European Tour. And that's really where he's come from. But 17-year-old, and he had a really tough draw. Managed to get to the final against Luke Humphries, probably one of the best players on the youth tour over the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, well, Luke made his name massively, didn't he, at the World Championship last year, and a chance to be crowned a World Youth Champion. That's all to come. That will be on Sunday
95.
evening between the semi-finals and the final here in Minehead.
Yes, always look forward to that one. One of the highlights of my season, personally.
85.
Bunting leaves himself a decent finish.
I think
Dimitri needs to put something better on the board.
The days of black and white telly, the last time you'd have qualified for a World Youth Championship, I think.
And Betamax videos, yes, we've all been there. Well, Dimitri's been there before. What a good time to get it.
That's good pressure from the Belgian. Double 19 for Bunting. Is that a blocker dart?
57.
Well, his turn to miss 2. And I guess with the 180, Van den Bergh deserves a shot at this. Got to take it.
Missed 2 in the previous leg.
25.
Missed 2 in this leg.
Stephen, you require 38.
On the previous leg, Stuart, he was in command of the leg.
Yep.
Missed his chance. He was behind in this one. Had the chance and missed it. Well,
I just wonder whether he should have split there, you know.
Well, I suppose you could say that now, but he felt confident enough to go for the double at the bottom of the board. He's going to have to move. There's not a lot of room.
What a dart!
Stephen Bunting.
What a dart from Bunting!
To throw first.
That's literally all he
Game
could
on.
see because of the flight of the other dart.
Fired to perfection by the bullet.
97.
Yeah, Bunting reached one Players' Championship final this year, lost to Jeffrey Deswan. Van den Bergh reaching a couple, losing to Glenn Durrant and Krzysztof Ratajski. 4 costly missed doubles.
100.
Yes, he lost in the first round as well. Dimitri last year, 2018, against James Wilson. Bunting had a great run to the quarterfinals.
140.
Looking good here. This is against the darts again. Dimitri
60.
is in trouble. Dancing Dimitri's doing a backward step.
Whereas Stephen Bunting is doing a seaside shuffle.
Wonderful darts from Bunting,
94. Stephen, you require
putting himself
46.
in a wonderful position. He takes this 4-1 at the break. Double 16.
Dimitri, you require
Well, he'll feel like he's
150.
going to come back to the board, but Dimitri has been behind since that first leg, and that's why he's just off target.
81. Stephen,
When
you
it comes to the
require
crunch.
16. Games on the 5th leg.
Well, Dimitri Van den Bergh won the opening leg of the match. It's been one-way traffic since. Stephen Bunting dominating, and Stephen Bunting cashing in on missed doubles from his opponent. A rueful shaking the Van den Bergh, who has missed key doubles at key times, and Bunting has the destiny of this game very much in his own hands.
140.
Yeah, it's a great start from both players to hold throw at one apiece, but Dimitri was in command of his throw, the third leg, but missed crucial darts at the double. And since that moment,
100.
he's been on the back foot. He's lost his confidence. He's missed doubles. He's at one maximum after that, but apart from that maximum, his scoring hasn't been quite at the level that he would require.
60.
Needs to turn it on for the next 10 or 15 minutes. He's got to look at breaking back in this leg,
95.
you feel, otherwise at 5-1 down the writing will be on the paper.
85.
I just wonder, you know, we talk about the trials and tribulations of Dimitri Van den Bergh recently, whether he may be just thinking about it too much. It's not as fun as it used to be. Dimitri always used to play with a smile on his face, I remember, but not too many smiles of late, for sure.
No, but he's certainly good enough to turn it around.
58.
As we said with the Players' Championship, Stuart, you know, it gives you a good level that you need to play at once you get to the TV stage with the 13 European tours
59.
as well.
Stephen, you require 158.
A great chance there from 167 to really steal a march in this leg, but only 59 scored, so a treble here from Bunting.
58. Dimitri, you require 108.
Has to take this out for me.
Yeah, I think so too.
Good start.
Gives him a way back.
76.
Well, he's now
Stephen,
missed
you
5
require
darts over
100.
that side of the board to win legs. You wonder whether he might think about switching somewhere else.
2 tops. There's 1. Tops!
Well,
Dimitri Van den Bergh must have thought he was coming back to the board after that first dart, Stuart.
Game off.
Stephen Bunting with 2 tops. Put an end to that.
121.
And that's what happens when things are going against you, Stuart.
Legs 3, 4 and 6. Van den Bergh over at double 16 and double 8 to win the legs. 5 darts, missed the lot.
140.
The result is Bunting now leads 5-1. But he's taken the chances when they've come along, and he's finished them
100.
as well. From 1 down, 5 consecutive legs for the man from St Helens. Big Liverpool fan. We won't dwell on that.
133.
I never told you doing a Man United commentator. Sorry, Steve, we love you really. from Dimitri. He's just trying to G himself up. That's his second maximum. So he's giving himself a great chance to break back, but he's almost at that point where he's thinking, well, it can't get any worse. Let's just
102.
give it what I can.
100.
Stephen Bunting is lurking around a 1-2-6. Well, we saw the ton previously from Bunting, but Dimitri hasn't gone down that route. I'm surprised
84.
with Bunting on a finish.
Stevie require 126.
Because this could go.
He needed the treble to leave the ball, so
98.
Van der Bergh just give himself a little lifeline, maybe.
And these doubles are half the size in his mind.
But
he's managed to get it.
Dimitri Van der Bergh.
Well, small steps, as they say.
Game on.
He's probably been in this position more than once on the Pro Tour. He's got to have 100. That mentality.
Just to let you know, by the way, over on board 2, it's back on throw. Darius Labanowskis and Harry Ward, 4 apiece.
41.
Yes, that one looks like it's gone all the way. This one is going in the way of the bullet.
Well, the way that's
80.
unlucky, but the way things are going, just one big treble a visit will be enough. You can see there, the dart hit the flight on its way through.
58.
Despondent Dimitri.
Despondent. Disappointed.
100.
Desperate, in a way, to find some form. You know, if he does lose here, he's got quite a lot of time to think on it before the World Championship.
140.
He certainly won't be going there with the best mindset at a tournament he normally does very well at.
Yes, he has done over the last couple of years, hasn't he?
100.
He's got to be careful here on 262. Should go for the 18s here now. Treble 18, down for 19s.
95. Stephen, you require 121.
167. It's a biggie. Bunting has the first crack. Treble 20. Double 18.
103. Dimitri, you require 167.
And if ever he needed a big finish.
That tells you the story of the match, really.
And I guess it's those 3 darts telling us the story of where Dimitri is at the moment with his game. Brilliant. Good performance from Stephen Bunting. For Dimitri Van der Bergh, more disappointments in a big TV major. For Stephen Bunting, time to relax.